Um, the 90s. A golden era of Hollywood. A time when movie stars ruled the world, blockbuster films dominated the box office, and celebrities became larger-than-life icons. But just how much were these Hollywood legends worth back then? Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane to find out which stars were making the big bucks in the 90s. Stick around to the end because some of these numbers might just shock you. First on the list, Sarah Michelle Gellar, with a net worth of $10 million, became a pop culture icon with her role as Buffy Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She also starred in horror hits like Scream 2 and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Thanks to her TV contracts and movie deals, she was already worth $10 million by the late 90s. Freddie Prinze Jr. was the king of 90s teen rom-coms, starring in She's All That, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Summer Catch. His back-to-back hits helped him accumulate an estimated $12 million net worth by the late 90s. Jim Carrey was Hollywood's go-to comedian in the 90s. With The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, he became a household name. By 1999, he was commanding $20 million per film, making his 90s net worth around $15 million before skyrocketing in the 2000s. Jennifer Love Hewitt was a 90s TV sweetheart, starring in Party of Five and horror classic I Know What You Did Last Summer. She also made a fortune from music and endorsements, earning her a $18 million net worth by the end of the decade. Before he was an Oscar-winning actor, Will Smith was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. His TV success led to blockbuster hits like Men in Black and Independence Day, pushing his 90s net worth to $20 million. Meg Ryan was the queen of romantic comedies in the 90s, starring in hits like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. Thanks to her box office success, her net worth reached an impressive $25 million by the late 90s. Bruce Willis ruled the 90s action scene with Die Hard, Armageddon, and The Sixth Sense. He was one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, making his 90s net worth around $30 million. Julia Roberts became Hollywood's sweetheart with Pretty Woman and Notting Hill. By the late 90s, she was earning $20 million per movie, pushing her net worth to $35 million. Robin Williams dominated comedy and drama with Mrs. Doubtfire, Jumanji, and Aladdin. His legendary career made him one of the richest stars of the 90s, with a net worth of $40 million. Johnny Depp was the king of quirky roles in the 90s, starring in Edward Scissorhands and Sleepy Hollow. His growing career put his net worth at $50 million by the decade's end. By the late 90s, Leonardo DiCaprio had already cemented himself as one of the biggest heartthrobs in Hollywood. He started the decade with small roles, but skyrocketed to global fame with Romeo, plus Juliet and Titanic. Titanic alone grossed over $2.2 billion, making him one of the most sought-after actors. His paycheck? A modest $2.5 million up front, but $40 million plus after box office bonuses. By the late 90s, with endorsements and other film deals, his net worth soared to $55 million, and it was only the beginning. Eddie Murphy was already a comedy legend by the 90s, thanks to his run on Saturday Night Live and classics like Coming to America. The Nutty Professor and Dr. Dolittle were huge box office hits, each making over $270 million worldwide, boosting his paychecks. By the late 90s, Eddie was pulling in $20 million per film, and his stand-up specials and endorsements pushed his net worth to $60 million. Keanu Reeves became a box office powerhouse in the 90s. His first major action hit was Speed, which grossed over $350 million worldwide, making him a certified action star. But his biggest payday came from The Matrix. He earned $10 million up front. But his profit-sharing deal brought him over $56 million from the film alone. Between The Devil's Advocate, The Matrix, and other hits, Keanu's net worth climbed to $70 million by the end of the decade. Sylvester Stallone was already a megastar from the 80s, but the 90s kept his career red hot. He earned $15 million for Cliffhanger, and Demolition Man pushed his salary even higher. With additional action hits, Stallone's net worth hit $75 million in the 90s, solidifying him as one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. Tom Cruise dominated the box office in the 90s, taking on both blockbusters and critically acclaimed films. His Mission Impossible franchise kicked off with $450 million worldwide earnings, making him one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors at $20 million per film. His role in Jerry Maguire earned him $20 million plus back-end profits, and by the late 90s, Cruise had banked a massive $80 million net worth. Mel Gibson was one of Hollywood's biggest leading men in the 90s. Braveheart, which he directed and starred in, made $210 million worldwide, earning him millions in back-end profits. He also pulled in $25 million for Lethal Weapon 4, helping his 90s net worth climb to $85 million. Harrison Ford was a box office juggernaut throughout the 90s. The Fugitive grossed $368 million, and Air Force One pulled in $315 million worldwide. Thanks to massive salaries, $20 million per film, and back-end deals, Ford's net worth soared to $90 million by the late 90s. Arnold Schwarzenegger was Hollywood's top action hero in the 90s. He earned $15 million for True Lies and $25 million for Batman and Robin, even though the latter flopped. With record-breaking salaries and worldwide hits, his 90s net worth climbed to a staggering $100 million. Michael Jackson wasn't just a musician, he was a global icon. His History World Tour grossed over $165 million, and he owned music catalogs that paid him millions in royalties. Moonwalker, his cult classic film, also made millions, adding to his wealth. By the late 90s, Michael Jackson's empire was worth $150 million. Oprah was the richest entertainer of the 90s, thanks to her billion-dollar media empire. The Oprah Winfrey Show was a TV phenomenon, earning her millions per year. Her ownership of her own production company meant she took home 90% of profits, and her smart investments pushed her net worth to $300 million in the 90s, the highest on this list. Thanks for watching, and for more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe.